What? How much? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. All right, this is an interesting one. So, first off, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been watching for a while, my condolences for putting up with me. Anyway, in this channel, I discuss primarily the long-term ownership experience of a high-mile 2018 Tesla Model 3. This is a long-range rear-wheel drive car. I've had this car since 2018 when they first were delivering them. I am VIN number 9,300 and something, and I've currently got 109,000 miles on my car. And today I wanted to discuss an issue that I was having with my steering. Now, I hadn't brought this up in any of my previous videos for a number of reasons, but basically what was happening was I would be driving and I'd notice that all of a sudden the wheel was hard to turn. It was weird. I mean, I'd go into a corner, here's a slight left. So I'd go into a corner and it would go into the corner just fine, but then I'd have to and push to get it to change direction. It was weird. Other times it worked nice and smoothly, and there were times also that I'd go to exit a corner, and if I let go of the wheel, it wouldn't want to self-center. It would stick in that position. And it was odd. I'd drive and oh, there we go, it's fine. Oh, it's tight again. And it was really strange. Now, I initially scheduled an appointment to have it looked at by the Schaumburg, Illinois Tesla Service Center, and that was about a month back. And they told me, they said, well, we feel that it's probably the steering wheel, the steering column position sensor or torque sensor. And if you're curious what that looks like, that's this part right here. You remove the steering wheel, the part that they replaced is right here. So this is that steering column sensor, and this is right behind the steering wheel. Obviously it has the stalks on it. So that is the part that they replaced. So there's some numbers for you there. Anyway, interesting component. So what that part does is it senses the position of the steering wheel. There are several circuit boards in that component that communicate with the car as well as the steering rack to tell the electric power steering when to give assist. And they said that we feel that that's the part that's bad. Well, all of a sudden the problem went away, and the car, I hadn't brought it into the service center. This was just by email communication that they said they're pretty sure that's what it is. Well, we scheduled an appointment for like 2 weeks later, and a couple days before it was due to go in, I realized it hadn't done it in several days. So I reached out to them and I said, are you even going to be able to diagnose this thing if it doesn't give you the symptom? And they said, well, it's up to you if you want to bring it in or not. So I opted to cancel my appointment. And then, sure enough, a few days later, it started happening again. And I wanted to leave it until it got bad enough that it was doing it pretty much all the time while driving the car, so that way a technician could drive it and could experience what I was experiencing. Well, it did get to that point again, and I went to schedule with Schaumburg, and they were booked out for weeks. But Highland Park, Illinois Tesla Service Center had openings within like 2 days. So I went ahead and scheduled with them and brought the car there. My service advisor, John's a viewer of mine. I think he's a channel subscriber. How you doing, John? And thank you for all that you've done. So I brought the car in, and John took it, and we actually, I went for a drive with a service tech. He drove the car. I was in the passenger seat, and he was driving it, and it was fine. It was fine. Then all of a sudden, ooh, he says, yeah, I feel it. So we get back from the test drive, and John, the service advisor, asks the technician, he said, well, what's wrong with this car? And he said, I don't know. John said, well, what are your thoughts on this? He said, I don't know. So so when I talked to John, he said, well, there really isn't, they didn't have any record of another Model 3 doing this, having the same symptom. So he said that he was going to have Tesla corporate, their engineering team, weigh in on it. And so I was told that it could potentially need the power steering rack and that was going to be, I believe, $3,768. And I thought, oh my gosh. But they had the car for a couple days and did a bit of diagnostic with it, and they said that that just like Schaumburg Tesla Service Center was hypothesizing that steering column sensor was most likely bad, and so they decided that they'd go ahead and replace it. Oh, also they said that Tesla corporate told them that there were a couple of alerts deep in my car's software that there was a fault with that component. So they went ahead and put that steering wheel or steering column sensor in, and it was $472 if I'm remembering correctly. No, $478 total for the part, the labor, tax, everything, and the car is back driving like new again. So I am thrilled to death about this turn of events, because I was worried that it was going to need that steering rack, and so I'll do a video on all of the things I've done to this car in a future video. But for now, I just want to give you a brief synopsis. Since I've owned this car, I've replaced the driver's side upper control arm that wore out, a driver's side rear suspension knuckle. My charge port door stopped working. I actually repaired that myself. I've got an upcoming video on that as well. And then the steering wheel torque position sensor. So those are the items that I've had issues with this car in the 109,000 miles that I've owned it. Other than that, it's been an absolutely wonderful car. So mine's an early one. I don't know what the reliability difference would be on a later model car. Not very many people have cars with higher miles than mine, so we'll just have to wait and see over the years. I have right about 6 or 7% battery capacity loss, just based on the Scan My Tesla app and it telling me what my internal battery capacity is, as well as the rated miles, and that looks like 6 or 7% battery capacity loss. But other than that, I mean, the car still feels like new. Everything is nice and tight. It's not sloppy, not making any odd, there's no odd behavior coming from the car. So I'm thrilled to death with it. The seat foam is surviving well. Everything is just really, really good. So, oh, I also wanted to bring up the swiveling screen mount kits. So for those of you that have a swiveling screen mount kit on order, the last video that I shot that I was explaining the updates to the kit, I got an absolute mountain of orders. Was not expecting that many orders, so we are running a few weeks out shipping new orders at this time. I have hired somebody to help me assemble as well as pack and ship orders to try and catch up, so that's great. There'll be a discount code. I'll put it on the screen here for you. That discount code is good for $20 off swiveling screen mount kit. They're made in America. Don't be fooled by the Chinese copies. They do not have quality at all. So it's a quality 100% American made CNC machined aluminum kit, real good quality. So if you're interested, there'll be a link for a discount code, and there'll be an order link down in the description below. So I think that's it for me for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay charged. Bye-bye now.